All right, welcome to GenXDC. This is the place where we talk about all things DC related in the 70s and 80s. I'm Spencer White, producer of the WGTS 91.9 morning show with Jerry and Blanca, and I'm joined by.
I'm Dan Lucoda. I'm the former morning show producer at WMAL Radio here in Washington, D.C. It was Hardin Weaver, Tim Brand, Andy Parks, all those good guys. And we had a lot of fun at that radio station. But today, Spencer and I are kind of doing our own little radio station of sorts, talking about topics. And we started last week with a topic about commercials, local commercials in the D.C. area. Today, as we teased last time, we're talking about Channel 20. Channel 20. I think, Spencer, you say it better than I do. What was it called?
The Great Entertainer, I think, or something like that. I remember the little jingle they had. The Great. I'm not going to sing it, but it was like the Great Entertainer, and
you could sing it. We wouldn't mind.
That's all right. We'll pass on that one.
But today we want to talk about Channel 20, and there was a character at Channel 20. I know Spencer knows near and dear. What was his name?
So Captain 20.
Yes.
Because in the morning was, I guess it was called the Channel 20 Club. And I remember, so let me tell you about Captain 20. If you don't know who Captain 20 is, Captain 20 was almost like a Mr. Spock looking guy. He had the ears like, that's right. He had the ears like Mr. Spock. I guess he was like a space. I don't know if was he an alien? I don't think he was an alien. But I guess if you have those ears, maybe,
our viewers will know. Our viewers will know. They'll tell.
That's right. Well,
I think he was. I want to say he was.
Anyway, he was on there. I remember my friend Kenny was on the show, and he got to slide down the sliding board, and he said, "I'm Kenny," and I was like, "I want to go on that show." So they also had. Do you remember they had a Captain 20 card, or a Channel 20 Club card?
And how bad did you want that card?
I wanted one. Yes.
Oh, that was awesome.
Never got one, but it was really good. It started your day off in a great way. But the funny thing is, and I guess as I got older, I didn't realize this when I got younger, the guy who was Captain 20, he was all over the place.
Well, he was the man over at Channel 20.
Yeah.
See, I was always into mornings. It was like I slept. I like to sleep. So I'd sleep and make it just in time out the door for school. So TV wasn't even, an option.
Right.
So I'd catch him in the evenings. And it's probably mostly on the weekends. He did a thing called Creature Feature.
Yes, I remember that.
Same guy, Dick Dizell is his name.
Yeah, and at the time, I did not know that was the same guy.
He still lives in the Washington, D.C. area, Dick Dizell.
Oh, cool.
Does. So he was Count Gore Duvall.
Yes.
The host of Creature Feature.
Yep.
And it was, the down light up on his chin. Hey. He talked in that Transylvania.
I didn't like it.
Yeah. Welcome to Creature Feature. And they'd have him in a casket. They'd have him, all sorts of, that macabre looking thing. And he didn't, intro the movies. I'd make it through him, and I'd make it into the movie a little bit, and then my mom again. Oh, what are you watching? Turn it off and go to bed.
Yep.
But that was just he was the guy over there, and I believe there was also some sort of show midday that was more of a Brainiac kind of show.
Right, I remember that. I don't remember the name of it though.
I don't either.
Okay.
Because I was never.
It wasn't. It's Elementary. That was on
7,
ABC,
right?
and it was on Saturday mornings.
Well, again, our viewers will know.
Right.
Please tell us his show.
I guess that's not why we watched Channel 20. We didn't watch Channel 20 for the education. We would have gone to PBS if we wanted education, right?
Yeah, and that didn't happen often for me. It should have. I've been a little smart now, but what else on Channel 20 stood out to you? I mean,
all right. Well, me, I love sports. I don't know if you know this, but
no.
I loved. They would have the Capitals games on there. They would have the Bullets before they were Wizards.
That's true.
They were on there. And I remember, we didn't have a team in Washington. We didn't have a baseball team. But the Baltimore Orioles were on there, and that's where we watched it, the game. So I loved watching the sports on Channel 20. That was my thing at nighttime with that.
It was the Caps for me. I'd check out the Caps.
Oh, okay.
The Bullets, okay. But I always enjoyed hockey.
So back then, they mainly only showed the away games.
Yeah, there was something about that.
We didn't see – you'd have to go to – this is bring up another subject, but Super TV had the home games, I think.
Had the button, that Super TV.
Yeah, this is before HTS, Home Team Sports, had all the home games. Because I remember I was so excited when I went to my first Orioles game and I saw the green grass and everything, because I barely ever saw the stadium unless it was like a playoff game or something.
Well, that was tough for us here in this area because we didn't have, that baseball team
Right.
from DC, so we had to catch, the O's
Right.
for us to get that baseball fixed. But that was really
So what about you? What other?
I'm the TV show guy.
Okay. Well, me too.
You
Yeah.
know, it was like I'd have to catch Hogan's Heroes,
Hmm.
but Get Smart. Get
Yes.
Smart was
Very
like the
good.
bomb on there. I love the
Dun, 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 dun.
and he got the beginning was going through all the doors, and he gets to the final door, and it's a phone booth. Remember phone booths, people?
Yes. Yes.
You get on the phone and boom, shoot down through the
That's
floor.
right.
And Control and Chief and Chaos and Siegfried and all those characters. I love that show. That was Don
Well, I
Adams.
loved Gilligan's Island and Brady Bunch. I was a big fan of growing up. So Gilligan's Island, I know that was on Channel 20. It seemed like that was the show that was on all the time. It was like on 3 times a day, I feel like.
It seemed like it was.
I knew all the words to Gilligan's Island. You know another show I loved on there, Speed Racer.
Oh, Speed Racer, Racer X.
Yes.
The
His brother, who he didn't know was his brother.
monkey thing at the beginning, like what?
Dun, dun, dun.
The car was awesome. At
Yes.
Racer X. Oh man, I love that show. It was
Yeah.
it was like mysterious.
Right.
Mysterious show of Speed Racer. Well, you had Tarzan.
Yeah, I remember Tarzan.
You had all the Mel Blanc
Right.
cartoons, and he did all those voices. I love
Mhm.
those characters. They were wonderful. I would catch those sometimes in the morning.
Right.
Take a quick look at Mel Blanc. And they had them in the afternoon too. I'd catch them in the
Mhm.
afternoon. Now, were the Flintstones on Channel 20? Or was
I
that
feel like they're on Channel 5, but they may have been for a time on Channel 20 also.
I'd try to catch the Flintstones when I could as well.
Mhm.
Wilma!
Yeah.
I loved all those old TV.
And George of the Jungle.
George of the Jungle, watch out for
Watch
that.
out for that tree.
Like Tarzan, Goof Off.
Right.
All that stuff was wonderful. But Channel 20 for us as kids it wasn't it had this stigma that's the right word. It was
Right.
made for us kids.
It was.
We would like catch our cartoons, catch our rerun shows, and all those shows were like second runs. They'd already run on the main channels, and now it was the
Well, you say it was for us kids, but I got to tell you, at nighttime, I know there was a couple shows I wasn't supposed to watch. There was Benny Hill. I don't know if you remember Benny Hill.
Yeah.
So the English. I just remember the music.
Oh, that's the best.
Right. So I just remember this hilarious guy, but I wasn't allowed to watch that. Me and my brother, we would have to sneak to watch it. But I remember. Do you remember Petey Green's Washington?
I do, not vividly, but I do. I know the name, and he was very controversial at the time, was he not?
You have to see a movie called, I believe it's called Talk to Me, and it's with Don Cheadle, I think it is.
Okay.
The movie is so good. It's about Petey Green, who was born in Washington, and he was incarcerated in Lorton. And while he was there, he was a DJ in the prison. Okay. And I guess a member from WOL, I think Mr. Hughes, he who started WOL radio, heard about him from a friend and went and listened to him, thought he was incredible, put him on the radio. So when Petey got out of jail, put him on the radio, and then he ended up on Channel 20 at night, and he would say anything. I mean, I just remember, again, I wasn't supposed to watch him, but occasionally, maybe a Bullets game would end, and my parents weren't around, and all of a sudden Petey Green came on, and he would start saying words I didn't even know what they meant half the time. Wow. Okay. But he was fascinating. There's so many things. Again, you should see that movie because, I mean, he was a civil rights activist, but he just spoke about so many different things. Was a racial tension, so many things that are applied to today. Mm-hmm. So I encourage anybody to go see who Petey Green was on YouTube or any of these things we're talking about. I know. If you're wondering about who Captain 20 is, you can definitely look up Captain 20 on YouTube.
And Count Gordeval.
That's right.
I think he's on Facebook as well.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, well, Channel 20, the great entertainer, as they say.
That's right.
Wonderful stuff. All right, so we kind of wrapped up Channel 20. Yep. And I know, folks out there, please give us your thoughts.
Yes.
And if you're from a different, you grew up somewhere else, give us your Channel 20. What
was
the station in your market that was like that?
Captain Chesapeake up at, living in Maryland, right outside DC, we got the Baltimore channels too. So, we may turn to Channel 45 and see Captain Chesapeake with what? Chessie, yes. Chessie, exactly.
Chessie. Oh, that's that's a kind of little, what was it?
Right. So everybody had it. And I mean, everybody had had their Bozo the Clown. We were talking about that.
That's true. I'd forgotten about that.
Yes.
Dick Dizell. It started out. Willard Scott was the original
Right.
bozo, and then Dick Dizell
That's
took
right.
off from Willard and did it for years and years and years. So think about this guy.
It's
He's
unbelievable.
Captain 20. He's
Yeah.
Bozo the Clown. He's doing a Brainiac show.
I don't think anybody else worked at that station.
Did he ever go home? That's the question.
He
Did
was the
ever
cameraman
go
too.
home? He probably ran back and forth to the camera.
Well, look, Dan, I love talking to you about this stuff.
Wonderful.
I cannot wait to the next show. Now, we have a lot of things to choose from for the next show.
True. Wow.
What would you like to talk about on the next episode?
Well, I picked this episode, so
Okay.
I'm going to defer to you.
Okay.
What do you want to do? What do you want to talk about?
I want to go with Washington, D.C. eateries in the 70s and 80s.
Okay.
So we'll throw this one out there. Lido's, let's think Lido's and things like that are essentially Washington when you think about them, and just iconic to our area.
Lido's is the best.
Yes. But there's a lot of other ice cream type places.
I just had a few pop in my head. I'm not going to let them out.
Yep.
You guys are going to have to wait.
That's right.
And please, again, look these things up on Facebook. I'm sorry, on YouTube.
Yeah.
Post here on Facebook what your market again, what your thoughts are, what you remember from Channel 20. Any Captain 20 sightings or Count Gordeval sightings,
or anything you want us to talk about, anything DC related in the 70s and 80s.
Excellent, very good. Always a pleasure hanging out with you, Mike.
All right, can't wait till the next time.